begin our citizens' comments, I want to remind you to turn off your cell phones, please, and not put them on vibrate, but turn them off so it doesn't interfere with our audio system. And our first speaker is Stanley Lipka. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank you. I brought my family with me today, so this is our first family Board of County Commissioners meeting.
Well, welcome to you all.
I'm extremely nervous. I'm not a public speaker, so I'm going to read off of something that I typed off today.
Don't be nervous.
If that's okay with everybody. And I'm also probably going to shake a little bit, but hopefully I get better at that. I'd like to talk today about code enforcement and civil rights in Pinellas County. I've recently been affected by this, and this is just, I didn't bring exhibits, but I didn't know that you had this great device, so I'm going to put something there. Again, I'm no authority, I'm no attorney, and this is basically just my opinion that I wanted to get here and speak. I recognize some of you, and some of you I don't, and I'm kind of ashamed of that, and I think that it's very important for us as citizens and parts of this community to get more active. And that's what I'm going to try and do today. So I'm going to begin with basically what I typed out, and it starts out as ladies and gentlemen of the Board of Commissions and fellow citizens of Pinellas County. My name is Stan Lipka, and I live in Pinellas County, and I'm grateful for this board and for the ordinance and for the land development code that helps protect us, other citizens, and promote a better community for everyone. I'm also grateful for the Code Enforcement Division because much too often convenience and languor prevail over responsibility and property maintenance. However, I'm disappointed and ashamed to have witnessed firsthand and heard other stories of clear misappropriation of funds and unconstitutional practices conducted by the Pinellas County Code Enforcement with approval from their supervisors. Specifically, the amount of effort put into investigations of minor questionable infringements of the Land Development Code which are subject to interpretation and cause no health, safety, or aesthetically unsettling risk to the community. Code enforcement officers are entering private residential property without permission or notification and conducting investigations in clear violation of the 4th, 14th, and 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution. They are also in violation of the Florida State Constitution, which provides for the very existence of the Land Development Code, its enforcement, as well as the existence of this board, as well as I understand. The practice of imposing fines and leaving it to the citizens to prove their innocence, plus forcing them to choose between paying the fine or appearing before a special magistrate, facing possibly greater cost and greater loss of time, is horrible. For instance, in my specific case, I have a power washer, 2 bricks, and 2 sawhorses in my fenced backyard, and it's already cost me $143 and more pending. I've been in contact with Sergeant Funk, the supervisor, as well as the building director, Larry Goldman, and I've basically been told, do what we tell you to, because we tell you to, or else pay the fine, and that's despotism. I will attempt to contact you guys individually to see if we can get some resolution, but please, let's not let despotism reign supreme. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. You did a great job.
Sorry, I had to squeeze it all in there. I was trying to beat the clock. I thought it was a lot less than 3 minutes. But
a photo right there.
You know what I do? This is the photo that I stopped by code enforcement today. They weren't able to get me my. They weren't able to get me my file. However, they did prepare this file. These are the pictures they took the last time. There's a power washer right here on the side of my house that I was actually using. This is the most recent one. There used to be a couple windows back here and a bike tire, and there's my bikes. There was a bike tire, and that was removed originally. The power washer is what I'm in violation of now, and I'm sure, it probably is. I went ahead, it's already been put away immediately, but, the fact that they came into my backyard without asking me, and when my wife asked them to give a warrant, and I asked the same thing, I'm threatened with, we're going to bring the sheriff and arrest you if you try to impede our investigation. That's exactly what I was told. And I mentioned this to the supervisor and also to the building department director, Larry Goldman, and they basically said, just remove the 2 bricks. The problem is, this is the sawhorse that they're complaining about in my backyard. This picture is taken from my neighbor's backyard, who did not give them permission to enter his property and told them not to enter his property and told his renters to tell them not to enter their property. She came over my neighbor's house, climbed the fence, and took this picture 3 or 4 days ago of my lawnmower and a sawhorse with trim on it. I don't want to get rid of the trim. I want to, this is for actually my daughter's room. We're moving to Safety Harbor in any day as soon as I can finish doing her room over there. I want to do trim boardings around the room that she's in now. I have furniture in the way. As soon as I move the furniture, I'm going to take this trim, which is PVC and not wood, so it's not going to get rained on or broke. I'm going to take this trim molding, I'm going to put it in the room with my nail gun, which is at the other house, so I can't do it today. I told him, I says, I don't have quite enough time to do it yet. It's in my backyard. It's like, it's not excessive construction materials. Tough. Pay your $143 fine. If you try to impede our investigation, we're going to put you in jail. And I can come into your backyard anytime I want, according to the Land Development Code, and you can't do a thing about it. And I have it on tape on a voicemail. So that's just my story. I'll work on that, and I'll deal with you guys on mine. What I'm worried about is the general practice of code enforcement and the knowledge, and maybe I'm incorrect here. In my case, maybe I'm incorrect. However, code enforcement, if they are not allowed to enter residential property whenever they want and go wherever they want to, whenever they want to, all I would ask of this board is to please help me or help somebody get that information across to where it needs to go, therefore preventing these civil rights infractions.
Commissioner?
Yes.
May I have this gentleman meet with Mo Franey, our Assistant County Administrator, or Carl,
has
who's not here, and get more information so we can follow up directly with this individual, determine exactly what's going on here.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We'll get you somebody to talk to.
Sir, would you meet with Carl Harness here? He's the Assistant
absolutely
County
would.
Administrator, and he'll get the basic information and get started on looking into this issue. Okay?
I appreciate your time, and thank you again. And I appreciate the extra time that you granted me so graciously. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Commissioner Bostock?
Before I go to our website to try to look it up, do we have the information publicly available? Certainly I know our codes are online, but what options are available to someone if they are potentially in violation of codes? I know when you get a speeding ticket, you get, you pay it, you go to court, you 1, 2, 3, 4, it's right there in writing. Do we have something like that citizens could just pull up and know what?
I don't know what's online. We'll check.
Okay.
I know that when there is a citation, there is instructions on what procedures are and their options may be.
Okay, but both, if there is a violation, what their responsibilities are, but if there isn't, what their rights are, to work on that balance. Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. The next speaker is Lenore Faulkner.